Hello, everybody. We are on two platforms now. Like having one platform, but two of them. Let's get that camera turned on. Hello, everybody. How are you this fine, fine day? People are asking what the stream is about today. The stream is kind of a hype rally for Canada. We're going to be kind of talking a little bit about the recent events. A bit of a trade war has just affected my homeland here. We're going to talk about it a little bit. I tend not to talk too much about politics directly on my channel, largely because I feel like this is I feel like the internet's a bad platform for it. But on the other hand, I think this is a pretty non-controversial issue. I think Canadians are mostly on one side of this thing, and also it just feels too important to not have a talk about. This is mainly just a hype rally. Like, it's going to be a long trade war. One battle happened, and we won. We did it, boys. So, we're going to have a little fun here, talk about what's to come. Want to offer some support to Canadians as to, like, what I think you should be doing to prepare, to stay safe, etc., etc. This is my first time doing a dual stream, so I will be kind of back and forth between the chats. I haven't figured out how to, like, squish them together yet. So, I'll be going back and forth between YouTube chat and Twitch chat. Then we're also going to be playing The Long Dark as well, a Canadian game from Vancouver. So let's start with this. Sound off, you guys. Who's Canadian? How many Canadians I got? Got some Canadians in the chat? Memento Mori, as an American who doesn't use social media, this is the most news coverage you've gotten all year. It's been a big deal. Judd Budd, Team Canada, co-host. Got a couple Canadians. Twitch chat, who we got? Who we got on Twitch chat? Only got a couple people on Twitch so far, but this is my first time on that platform, so that makes sense. Let me do a little blast off in my Discord server. Let's get some people in here, and we'll be off full steam pretty soon here. I hope you guys have had a good week, a good weekend. It's been nice. The weekend had like so much pressure, like raining down on us. But as of Monday night, it felt like we have a little room to breathe again, which is good. Co-host is Canadian in both sides of the stream. Incredible. I would have thought you changed. Philip, you're from the UK and you've not heard anything about this. I'm not really going to be covering like a play-by-play of the events, but I can cover it a little bit. It's a very stupid trade war, but it's very very important for Canadians because all of our livelihoods are on the line. And many American livelihoods are on the line, too. It's kind of a big public deal here. So, like it or not, it's here, so we got to talk about it. Derek Klein, you're from Michigan? Yeah, you're Canadian. That's the same thing. Yeah, it counts. It definitely counts. Okay, so people want the Cliff Notes version. Doomed Sheridan, welcome. Crazed Guppy, every time Canada goes to war, the Geneva Convention gets a little bit bigger. It's very true. It's very true. They wrote that thing to contain us. So, where should we start? Oh, right, I've got myself a little stream outline here. I should wait a couple more minutes for people to file in before we fully get into proceedings. Yeah. Jason Locke says the rough part is someone who lives in 2 states. It's so obvious how hard it's going to be up north, but down south people forget Canada even exists. I mean, they won't when the markets dry up. They feel pretty far from Canada, but the trade is very integrated. Okay, let me get myself a little link here. Hmm. Okay. So is this still, or is the trade war still happening? Yes, it is. It's still happening. It's been delayed 30 days. Most likely, this is going to be a slow burn thing where every 30 days he tries to get some concessions from us. That is probably how this goes. Okay, so let's get into the ceremony today. Let's get into my lovely ceremony here. So, yes, welcome everybody to a Canadian rally stream. We're rallying here today. I am broadcasting right here from the Parliament of my house, located in Shauna Nas territory. Little land acknowledgement for everybody. I'm your Speaker of the House today, William SRD. Inside of this stream, as you can see, there are 2 wolves inside of this stream. One of them is a hoser. The other one is a hoser. This stream is a hoser. Now, a moment. You know, this is the law. Sorry, we have to do it.
Bienvenue à tous dans un flux de rallye canadien. J'émets depuis le Parlement de ma maison, situé sur le territoire Chenon-Az. Je suis votre conférencier, William SRD. À l'intérieur de ce ruisseau, il y a 2 loups. L'un d'eux est un oseur, l'autre est un oseur. Ce flux est un oseur.
There we go. We got through it, everybody. Sorry, it is mandatory. The death squads come to my house if we don't play it in French as well. Okay. I guess please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you, everybody. Oh, wait. Yep. Does it play multiple times? Oh, yeah, this one's a double. Okay, we're ending that one there. We don't need it twice. Okay. Yes, please rise, and then I proceeded to kneel. Look, I'd have to adjust the camera. Okay, it's a whole thing. um, national anthems do go on for quite a time. Yeah, everybody just wants the sport event to begin most of the time. Okay, so where were we? What have we got to talk about next? Let's catch up on chat here. Um, People like the Eldritch speech after our little introduction there, of course. The official language act. Sorry, again, the Mountie Death Squads come to my house if I don't do it. Some guy wishes he had a denim jacket these days. I wish I had a real denim jacket, you know. That would make life real good. Okay, so we've got people filtering in now on both platforms. So we've got some Canadians. Oh, how is mine not real? Because it's not like, I don't know. It's like not good denim. It's like a little stretchy. I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, sound off if you're Canadian. I know we had a few people kind of requesting that I cover the events. I hadn't planned on it, but I can kind of speed through it if people are curious. Yeah, the denim jacket was artificially made. They didn't hunt it like a real one. They take it right off the jean mousse. Got some hosers around. Good, good. It's a shitty denim jacket, but then being shitty is what makes it denim. You're right. Okay, so let's get into kind of summarizing what happened. Okay, so since Donald Trump's inauguration, he's been threatening tariffs kind of on everybody, especially kind of national enemies. And then for some reason, he says, Canada, you're getting a 25% tariff, higher than China. That's crazy. That's crazy. We're like, I mean, like, why? What's the reason? Yes, we are going to be playing the Long Dark after this. We're going to be doing our Buy Canada stuff by playing the Long Dark. But anyway, so the trade war begins with kind of nonsensical threats as to why we're getting slapped with tariffs. And the reason why keeps changing. At first, it's because apparently Canadians are flooding the country with fentanyl, which is kind of news to everybody. Around, like, the stats are that like 0.2% of the fentanyl that enters the United States from abroad comes from Canada. We're like not a source. We're like not a source of fentanyl in the USA, fundamentally. I think it was like 90 pounds total was seized over the whole year last year. It's not much. And we were told that we were told that that we basically had to militarize the entire border in order to prevent this. Or he gave us an alternate, except, yeah, Beep Smile, it's something to work on. We weren't getting very much fentanyl in there. We got to work harder next time. And then he started giving other reasons like, oh, well, I'm doing this so that Canada will bow down and become the 51st state. And he kept repeating that. He kind of forgot about the fentanyl thing. And he kept saying, I want Canada to be the 51st state. And this kept on going. And all of a sudden, Canadian nationalism ramped the fuck up. Everybody stopped arguing about our own politics, and we went, hey, fuck that guy. And we all came together, said, yeah, this is gonna hurt, but like 9 in 10 Canadian businesses came out and said, we would happily accept our business doing worse if it meant standing up to these tariffs. So we were super united on this. We were going hard. We were talking about how we're going to win this thing. And then in the 11th hour, as a bunch of our politicians are like, oh, well, we have to give up, give him everything he wants, there's a call. There's a call between Justin Trudeau and Donald Trump. And in this call, see, this is where my notes kick in. This is where I was going to pick up the story. In this call, we find out that the tariffs have been delayed 30 days. They were supposed to start yesterday, which would have been a huge deal. It would have meant the Canadian economy crashing and probably the U.S. economy entering a recession. We are incredibly integrated with each other's economies. So we got the word that it's been delayed for 30 days. Donald Trump goes and he parades to everybody saying, you know, America wins. The press secretary says we forced Canada to bend the knee to us. Meanwhile, we get word publicly what the concessions were. And the concessions, let me read out the basics here. The concessions are that the Canadian government is forced essentially to say that Mexican cartels are bad. We have to declare them terrorist organizations. Who cares? We're Canada. We're so far away from that. We can say cartels are bad, sure. We are forced to say that, you know, that $1.3 billion border budget that we had already, agreed to? You know, the deal we made with Biden? Well, we're definitely doing it now. And lastly, and this is my favorite part, is we have been forced to point at some guy and declare him the fentanyl czar. And can we all agree? Can we all agree? Whoever we make the fentanyl czar gets to have a really cool hat. Right? Like that should be obvious, right? I think everybody gets it. That everybody gets it that if you're the fentanyl czar, you should have some insane 1800s hat. He could have a cape. You're right, Castus. He could have a cape. The fentanyl czar. They haven't picked the guy. So, you know, my application is in. I am waiting to be named the fentanyl czar. I wish, I don't know. I feel like fentanyl imperator was right there, and we went with czar. Not even the good spelling of czar. They went CZAR, not TSAR. I think that's the better spelling of czar. Heck yeah, dress him up like our Supreme Court, and make him wield around the Canadian ceremonial mace. Did you guys know that, non-Canadians? We've got a ceremonial mace. It's really cool. Let me find a picture of it. Okay, hang on. Almost got it. Let me swap the screen right here. You should be able to see it now. Look at this thing. That's the Canadian ceremonial mace. They've got to let the fentanyl czar carry that thing around, right? Like that's his now. That's his mace now. The fentanyl czar, he gets to walk around with that thing. So, anyway, basically the concessions are nothing. And they were basically everything that we already were doing. And the trade war isn't actually over now. The trade war has just been delayed the first 30 days. So quite literally, we gave up nothing, and, you know, we're scot-free this first round. So this is generally considered a Canadian win on the first battle of the trade war. He did this with Mexico as well, and it ended the exact same. It ended the exact same, where Mexico has 15,000 troops on the border. They're not border guards. They're just when politicians will move troops to just hang out by the border as a political stunt. They basically were doing the exact same thing in Mexico. They moved 15,000 troops to the border. I think they did it for Biden a while ago. And then to like right before Canada gets out of their consent or gets out of the everything for now, Mexico came out and said, hey, we also got a 30-day extension. In fact, they got theirs first. And their concession that they had to get that 30-day pause is that they had to maintain 10,000 National Guard on the border. They already had 15,000. So, like, basically, Trump kind of blinked, and everybody else won. That's nice. That's nice. Now, everybody kind of wants to know what happens next. Because Canadian nationalism has just majorly fired off from all of this. The phrase "Canada is broken" was incredibly popular 3 weeks ago. It was specifically meant as like a slight on Trudeau's government. It was a very like pro right wing line, and it was like Canada felt broken. It felt a lot like the United States really right now, where it's so divided, bad things keep happening, etc. And then all at once, Canada realized we're not broken. We're all united on, any number of things. We're all a united country. We love each other. We want to protect each other, and we will work towards what matters. Canadians really did a lot of incredible things during this time. We started a Buy Canada movement. We started boycotting just a tremendous number of American goods. Everyone put aside their politics. All the fuck Trudeau signs, all the fuck Trudeau flags. They all came down from the flagpole, and they got replaced by thousands upon thousands of fuck Donald Trump flags. So we're all together now. Yeah, we're all together on. We're all together on fuck that guy in particular. We've got a thing that's pulled us all together, which is nice. And this also comes together in an election year. So a lot is happening here. Yeah, woo, America, bringing Canadians together. So the fact that I've gone and summarized this means I'm a little off my outline here that I put together, but yeah. So this whole conflict really struck true to a lot of Canadians, and we loved watching our politicians actually stand up for us, which doesn't happen a lot in global politics anymore. We saw our politicians fight for us. All of our liquor stores in most of our provinces, except for like one or two, are like provincially owned. So all of our premiers, that's like a governor but Canadian, all of our premiers pulled American liquor from their stores. And they like announced that they were cutting like infrastructure projects with American companies, and they were going to have Canadian companies do it instead. This was a big deal. The whole company or the whole country, bottom to top, citizens, politicians, they all came together, except for a few people, and we'll talk about those guys in a second. And before we get into that, I want to tell you guys a story from Canadian history. Because I think it kind of exemplifies why this fired us up so much, and why so many Canadians were able to come together and feel this strongly about something. I want to tell you guys about the last Canadian cavalry charge. This story stars a guy named Lieutenant Gordon Flowerdew, which is quite the name, Gordon Muriel Flowerdew. I've heard him called a few times the Lancelot of Ontario. So the Lancelot, or not Lancelot, Gordon Flowerdew, he was a horse guy, a cavalry guy. He started out with the British Columbian Cavalry Brigade. And in 1915, he gets shipped off to join the Canadian Cavalry Regiment as part of the First World War. In 1915, you'll note the trenches were already down, the front was already locked. What few cavalry charges had started the war were now basically impossible. You were not charging your horses into trenches, right? It's not happening. It wouldn't be useful. So they spent the entire war going back and forth between sitting behind the lines, watching the fight, and like, when are we gonna do something, right? They went back and forth between that and like occasionally when you know, recruitment wasn't good, they would take shifts as like infantry. So they did like leave their horses behind, go on the trenches for a bit. Okay, the new recruits are here. Okay, back to your horses, right? So they spent the whole war being horsemen at a time in a war where there was no need for horsemen. And this went on until 1918. They had spent 3 years of just watching the war, participating in ways that they were never actually supposed to be. And the situation in 1918 is very different. See, the pressure is really on because the Germans have just knocked Russia out of the war. Russia's gone, boom. And they're able to take their entire massive army from the east and bring it out west. And they're racing to do this because America just joined the war, I think, the year before. And like every month, several 100,000 Americans arrive on the continent. So if Germany wants to take advantage of knocking Russia out, they have to do it now. Because it's either like seize the continent right now, or get just buried alive in Americans. And so that's the situation, and they begin what's called the Spring Offensive. This is like the last German offensive of the war. And they've got a very real chance of winning. It's a long shot, but there is like a solid chance. If you're like if you're a statistician and you're like looking at this, you're like, in this situation, maybe 20% chance the Germans win the war. So there's a real chance here. It's not a high one, but they've got a shot. And the Germans just go like crazy. They smash into the Allied lines. And many parts of the lines are forced to retreat and pull back, and they're losing ground over and over all along the line. One of these locations where the Allies are retreating was a place called Moreuil Wood. I may be saying that wrong. It's a French name. I am a Western Canadian. We don't really have access to the French over here. So, Moreuil Wood. The German lines are advancing. Trench warfare is off. And the battle is moving now. It's not trenches, it's fields now. And Gordon Flowerdew and his regiment, they're back on their horses now. They're scouting around. They're trying to like harass people as they can. And this very specific situation happens where as the lines are retreating, he's sent to like, you know, try and harass German forces who are chasing the troops. And what ends up happening is he gets himself into a situation with his cavalry where there are 2 German regiments, 60 men each, not regiments. I don't know the exact name of the unit. But there's 2 lines of German infantry staring him down. They've got their big machine guns out. If it's too late to retreat, if they retreat, they're just going to get massacred by the machine guns. And after this big, long war, this huge war where they just had to watch it, Gordon Flowerdew, raises his saber to the sky. He looks to his cavalry, and kind of famously, he says, "It's a charge, boys. It's finally a charge." And then the last great Canadian cavalry charge rattles through the woods towards the Germans. Of course, it was catastrophically, the casualties were catastrophic, I mean. This is 1918. The age of cavalry was very much over. A hail of gunfire kills and wounds up to like 70% of the troops. Flowerdew himself dies in this charge, and his regiment races past him blades first. And the survivors get to German lines and they just hack them apart. And the Germans are forced to retreat. And it's actions like that battle that was just one of thousands of examples of sacrifice and bravery that halted the spring offensive. It was stubborn actions like that that prevented the Germans from fully overrunning the lines, because they were hot on the tails of the retreating troops, right? So the reason that I'm telling you this story of Gordon Flowerdew, who was posthumously given the Victoria Cross for his bravery, he was in a situation that I think a lot of Canadians have been feeling, where for so long we've just been watching what's been happening in the United States, just in horror, just watching and like fearing and unable to do anything. We were the cavalry during trench warfare. We can just watch and there's nothing we can do. And I feel like for a lot of us, when Trump tried to bring his trade war to Canada, we all gave up whatever hopeless struggle we were facing, and we all took a look at we all took a look at the situation, and we all looked at each other and we went, it's finally our turn. It's a charge. It's finally a charge, you know? So it felt like it was our time to act. And that's that I think is a very proud moment that we all rose to. Yeah, I mean, the world is very scary right now. It's an incredibly scary place. It's a place that is hard. It is a place that is going to require a lot of bravery and self-sacrifice, whether it's financial or like actually putting yourself at risk to get out of this current political disaster we're finding ourselves in. But I mean, that was true for all of our ancestors too. All of these like national heroes we look up to in Canadian history, we look at people like Terry Fox and we're like, you know, we're so proud of what he did under tough conditions. Well, it's now us in the tough conditions. And we can say, oh, we're not able to do it, but yes, we can. Everyone before us was able to get through these things and to fight hard and to accept some sacrifice and to tighten our belts and to keep going forward. What I'm saying is, Canadians, it's time to lock in, you guys. It's what we all need to do. Remember, as we said earlier, they literally wrote all the Geneva Convention rules to contain us. We got to stick together, we need to work together, and we need to really like keep up the pressure and the momentum of this movement that we have been building. We need to not forget that, like we need to not forget that we have done this when the pressure is off. We need to stay this locked in. We had a fair number of our politicians. You know, we had a lot of our politicians who really rose to the moment, even politicians who are otherwise not great. Doug Ford did really good in this crisis, but, you know, otherwise not a great politician. We had a couple politicians, a lot of really important ones, unfortunately, who did not rise to meet this moment. People who spent the whole time criticizing our government and saying, oh, surrender, put our entire army, it's going to cost $1 trillion, but we'll stop 90 pounds of fentanyl from getting into the U.S. each year. You know, just bankrupt our whole country to do that. Give Trump what he wants. And yeah, those people were proven wrong. We are a nation that can, we are a nation that can stand up for ourselves. What province am I viewing this from? I am from British Columbia, so Doug Ford is very distant to me. And yeah, Rem, we're gonna get to that in a second, because that's my next point, is that some of these politicians Okay, so some of the politicians were saying like give up, et cetera, et cetera. Some of them were even bowing down to Trump's like talk of annexation, saying Canada should be the 51st state. We have a lot of our billionaires who are going for this. Kevin O'Leary, Tobias Lutka, which I know sounds like Tobias Funke. It blows my mind that we have an important billionaire who's meddling in our politics that looks and sounds like Tobias Funke. It's horrible. It's horrible. Uh, anyway, and Danielle Smith of Alberta, the premier of Alberta, who basically really want us to like bow down to America and just accept whatever they want from us. And they all look like cowards now because they are. Because they either misjudge the situation, or they're just like crushing on this person who really does not have our nation's interest at heart. Calling it what it is, they're basically traitors. But some of these politicians who did do well in the conflict, I was saying how premiers and stuff were pulling alcohol from the shelves. Some of these premiers, they are not locked in, and we need them to be locked in. In chat, who was it? Rem was just saying that in Doug Ford's case, he very performatively he ripped up a link with a contract with Starlink, Elon Musk's internet company, and said like, Canada's not for sale. He did all this like rah 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 go Canada stuff. I believe he also pulled all the American liquor from shelves, and then the pause gets announced. And he backpedals immediately, wants to go right back to business as usual. He re-signs the contract with Starlink. He puts all the alcohol back. He fails to meet the moment. We need everyone locked in. This isn't a single battle. This is a trade war. And then, and this is a bipartisan issue, by the way, because Doug Ford is a conservative. But over here, my premier, David Eby, is an NDP for American listeners. The NDP they're not quite the Green Party except serious. They're like, I don't know. They're a third party that's more progressive than the Libs, and we have a parliamentary system here instead of a presidential system. So in order to become the prime minister, what you need to do is you need to form a coalition of parties that has a majority of the vote in order to get things done. So we're able to have third parties a little more freely and not have to worry about it, because if we have two left and if we have a left-wing party and a center party, it doesn't automatically hand things to the right, because you can just you add those two votes together. You add those two parties together and they can form a coalition. That's how that works. So David Eby is my premier in British Columbia here. He did well during the crisis. He pulled liquor from the shelves, et cetera, canceled a bunch of mining contracts. And then that rat, the moment that this thing is on pause for 30 days, he undoes it. He brings the contracts back. So this is one of our left-wing guys doing this as well. This is a bipartisan problem. This is a bipartisan problem. Yeah, they're kind of like the Bernie Sanders party. So we need everyone to be locked in for the long haul. And it's very frustrating when even our people who are saying the right thing don't follow through, and they keep trying to go back to the way things are. A few days ago, we were saying that we need to divest our economy from the United States long term, because this has already happened before. We also had a trade war with Donald Trump in his first term, which is kind of funny because all of the trade treaties that we have right now that Donald Trump is saying are like the worst deal ever. How could anyone have signed this? Those are the result of the first trade war. He pressured us to get rid of NAFTA to sign a new trade treaty that was pretty much identical to the other one in order for him to not put tariffs on us or to remove the tariffs. And we signed it. And nothing changed. They were his trade deal, and now that's the trade deal that he's now saying is a horrible trade deal. It's very silly. It's very dumb. So we need to be in a situation where we have a diverse economy, where we're not reliant on only one trade partner. It's easy to trade with the States because they are right there, and if we were dealing with a country that wasn't now very frequently going back on all of its word and threatening trade action against us all the time, it would be no problem to keep trading with the States. But we now need more trade partners. We need to not have only one trade partner. 80% of our trade goes to the States. Lots of countries want our goods. We can sell them elsewhere. It requires infrastructure. It requires time. It needs us to be locked in and to stay locked in. We can't just be angry about this for one day or for 1 week and then go back to business as usual. We need to build like trade harbors and stuff. That doesn't happen in 2 days. So that's the situation, basically. And I also, before we go forwards, I do want to talk a little bit to the Americans, because I know there's a lot of you guys in the chat. Obviously, we know you guys are sorry. You did not do this. You're as freaked out about this as we are. Your economy will also crash if the tariffs go on. And yeah, most of you guys in chat have been great. But I've also seen a lot of, Philip Denick says it exactly. It's hard to stay friends and especially business partners with people who keep going back on their word. And yeah, we know that like the American people did not choose this. But there has been this sort of attitude I've been seeing online a lot over the last couple days of, Americans keep apologizing for this. And kind of like, oh, it wasn't me, I didn't do it. We know that's like 3 steps ago. That's... Oh, yeah, Crazed Guppy, you're Danish and you would love to do more trade with us. Yeah, we do share that one island. Isn't it contested? We, swap back and forth who's got their flag on it. It's great. So a lot of people keep apologizing for what is happening. And for one, not really needed. For 2, it's just not really productive. And for 3... it's definitely, I've not been the only Canadian who's felt this way, that we're in this trade war and trying to fight for our country. And then we have to be to Americans who step in, we have to be not you though. It's not your fault. You're okay. We have to coddle people sometimes. And no hate. I get it. You guys didn't do this. But we're focused on our thing right now, so we don't really want to. I want everybody on topic. We don't want to be here comforting people oh no, you didn't do this. It's a waste of time for everybody involved, including you guys. We don't blame you. Don't worry about it. So, and another thing. I know that this is something that a lot of Canadians have been very afraid of. People both on the internet and in real life. I know my stepdad in particular is very afraid of this. There's been a lot of annexation talk, and a lot of people are worried about the possibility of an invasion of Canada. And, a lot of people say that is impossible because of a number of things, diplomatic norms, it would be really bad for the country, etc., etc. And so many political norms are currently being broken. in America right now that I don't see that as a real like deterrent. And a lot of self-destructive things are happening right now that is also not much of a deterrent. Uh, so I actually still don't think that an invasion is on the table in any way, shape, or form. And it's not because of those reasons that people keep saying that, like, oh, the diplomatic norms, he has to go through Congress. None of that matters, really. The reason that I think it's never going to happen is because while Canada could be a target, I think we're like 5 targets down. We're 5 targets down. A lot of people are worried, and they're like, "Oh yeah, could they realistically invade Canada? They could take out our army, and the guerrilla warfare would be hell for 30 years, and it would be far worse than any other guerrilla war." Because we're on the home front, we look and sound exactly like Americans. There will be a lot of infiltration. But even that, I don't think that is why an invasion wouldn't happen. It's because they're going for Iran next. It's not going to be Greenland. It might be Panama. They might do a small little war in Panama, but it's going to be Iran next. They've been talking about it for years. All of the war hawks have been wanting it. And the only people who've been talking against doing a war with Iran are the people who've been saying don't do a war with Iran are all of the generals who have learned their lesson in Afghanistan, you know? But the experience is no longer, or experience as a general is no longer really the qualification going forward. Things are getting, well, the army's going to get purged pretty quick here, and most of the generals are going to be replaced with loyalists. He's done it in every other department, so he would do it here. So he's about to replace the entire general staff with people who will say yes to him on anything. And they've been wanting to invade Iran since forever. I know Netanyahu really wants them to do it. But the thing is that it's the worst possible idea to invade Iran, because it's like, what, triple the population of Afghanistan. It's much larger than Afghanistan, and just as mountainous. It's got a modern army, tons of weapons, land borders with countries like Russia. Oh baby, that's not going to be a good war. So I don't think that Canada is in any danger of getting invaded, because I think we're far down the list, and pretty much every single target they have that they want to invade before they would get to Canada is going to be like a 30-year mega war. Like, I think if they invade Iran, they're legitimately going to have to invoke conscription to do it, and that's not going to go well. So they're never going to get to Canada, I don't think. So I wouldn't be afraid if there are Canadians or family members of Canadians who are afraid of this. I don't think it's happening for that reason. I also want to talk about what we can do going forwards. Number one, we have a long list of politicians who have now shown themselves to be absolute cowards throughout all this. Number one, do not vote for cowards. And there's some politicians who have shown themselves to not just be cowards, but out and out traitors. Do not vote for cowards. Do not vote for traitors. Right now, we really need to be single issue voters. And that single issue is which politicians will protect our sovereignty. I think that the guy on everybody's lips right now who would be really good for this in this crisis is Carney. Carney has, for people who don't know, Carney is he's the like head of our banks during the 2008 financial crash. He was the one who like put down all the legislation and protected that legislation to make sure that our banks didn't suffer from the 2008 crash to the same level as America, because our banks were regulated. our banks were like protected from abuse and stuff. Carney straight up is the reason that many of us had comfortable childhoods. And Carney's not necessarily my guy in a lot of ways. I'm more of an NDP voter. Carney is running for head of the Liberal Party. But what he is a very ideal compromise candidate for everyone. He is an outsider. He was like the Trudeau administration brought him in like 2 months ago. So people who are like, oh, I hate Trudeau, he's barely connected to Trudeau. He's also served in the administration of numerous Canadian governments on both sides of the aisle. He has represented Conservatives, he has represented Liberals, and everyone in between. He has done well for us in a crisis before, and I have every reason to think that he would do so again. We all have to compromise a little bit. If you want my opinion, who's the ideal candidate? The ideal candidate is if Jack Layton came back from the dead. That's my ideal candidate, but the ideal guy right now is probably the compromise who will stand up for our country. That is the ideal. May want to explain to the U.S. fans we're not a two-party system. I did a second ago, actually. Yeah, we're a parliament, so we've got multiple parties that are all viable. I agree, Jordan. Undead Jack Layton would be an amazing candidate. You know, you can't assassinate that guy, right? So yeah, that is who I think is our guy. The other major guy who's in the running right now is Pierre Poilievre. We can play the boo track now. So Poilievre is one of those politicians, probably the biggest one, who when Canada was under threat in this crisis, he was the one who kept saying, basically, let's surrender. Not in so many words, but he's been over and over calling for Canada to just cave. Boo, yeah, boo, Poilievre, boo to the Nepo baby. Yeah, he's the head of our conservative of our conservative party right now. And again, like, I think Mark Carney is a good candidate that even conservatives will like. And I don't have a lot of hate for conservative Canadians. They have run some very good candidates over our history. I feel that the party has gone astray a little bit in the last couple years, but Diefenbaker was a conservative and probably one of the best politicians we've ever had. But Poilievre is a different kind of guy. He was just saying, surrender. Let's spend that $10 trillion at the border to stop 90 pounds of fentanyl. It's stupid. He just wants to bow down to MAGA because he's a MAGA guy. Pierre Poilievre wants to make America great again, which is maybe not something you should be running on when you're Canadian. He's got lots of fancy slogans and stuff, but at the end of the day, we got to recognize his actions in the crisis were to surrender, were to proclaim that we should just give him everything he wants. Whereas we look at what actually happened, and we were in a pretty strong negotiating position. We didn't have to give up anything. It worked out quite well for us. He feels a lot like an American politician right now. Yeah, he's got other stuff like he refuses to get his security clearance to learn about the state of national security, probably because he would be forced to actually act, or there'd be background checks that would find something unsavory, etc., etc. He was asked just before all this happened what he thinks of Elon Musk, who is now, of course, the current president of the United States, what he thinks of Elon Musk, the day after he gave his little "my heart goes out to you," let's call it what it is, his Nazi salute. Poilievre was asked what he thinks of the fact that Elon Musk thinks that Poilievre is the guy for Canada, and Poilievre immediately. This is the only time I've seen Poilievre show emotion, was just how excited he was about hearing from Elon Musk, wants to build Elon Musk factories, etc., etc. He's, let's call it what he is. This is a guy who's desperate for the attention of the American billionaire class. And a lot of our Canadian billionaires are in the same boat. This clique this clique that Poilievre has built of the billionaires and this certain wing of the Conservative Party is awful. They're absolutely betraying the nation. They're not the people for the job right now. So that's one thing. I'm not going to tell you everything like who to vote for, local ridings, be strategic, but don't vote for traitors. Don't vote for cowards. That's the number one thing we can do right now is let people's actions when Canada was on the line be your guiding light on who's a good guy and who's a bad guy here. But that's not the only thing we can do. That's not the only thing we should be doing. Strahd Guppy or Crazed Guppy says Strahd is your candidate. That's a good candidate. Strahd is, what is it? What is the thing? Strahd is the land. How can you not vote for a candidate who is the land? Anyway, so also, pay attention to your local ridings. Don't vote for people like Doug Ford, who are only fair weather Canada protectors. I guess that's better than if your choice is between someone who defends Canada only on good days and someone who doesn't defend Canada at all. I guess you take the fair weather guy, but be careful, know what you're doing. Secondly, the Buy Canadian movement has begun. It's been there's been so much enthusiasm. If we can pull this thing off, if we can keep people buying Canadian, it will help our economy so much. It will help us to, it's going to help us, it's going to help us build up our own economy and divest from the American economy. It's not easy. It's not simple. Sometimes the goods are more expensive. But remember, our goals right now are to divest ourselves and reduce our dependence on the United States. And that means we get a little bit of a cheat right now with Buy Canadian, where you don't really have to buy Canadian. You just have to not buy American. And it's easier than it sounds. Check your bottles. Your everything on your groceries. They'll say either made in Canada or product of Canada. Made in Canada, I believe, is the one where only 51% of it is required to be made actually in Canada, whereas product of Canada, 98% of it needs to be from Canada. So, either of those is pretty good. Product of Canada is obviously going to be better. Spend all your money within Canada if you can. But if you have to buy some, if you have to buy some stuff that's British, that's all good. That's all good. Keep money in Canada. And it doesn't take too long. You just spend some time in your grocery store, check your bottles, see if there's a Canadian option. It'll be a lot of work on your next grocery trip where you spend a lot of time on your phone Googling, checking labels. But once you know which brands are Canadian, it doesn't slow you down at all. You can be like, I normally get Crest toothpaste. That's American, my phone says. So I'm going to buy Sensodyne instead, which is British. Or what is it? Green Beaver is Canadian toothpaste. We don't really have it in stores West Coast. I don't know if you guys do in the East. Von Shroom. Yeah, you guys don't have the language of it's made in Canada means it's 50% made in Canada. Yeah, it's silly. We've got a lot of weird marketing terms. Product of Canada genuinely means it's a product of Canada, though. Eric Kelly, you had no idea that I was Canadian. Well, now. You saw I'm such a great person. That means I must be, right? Buying toothpaste from the UK seems counterproductive. Yes and no. The goal of the Buy Canadian movement is to make it easier for us to weather trade threats from the United States. So we need to reduce our dependence on one specific country. We can diversify which other countries we import from. We can have a domestic stuff from our own stuff, but the biggest thing is we need to buy less from the United States because we have found out that that is being used to hurt us. Oh, you were making a joke about the state of their smile. Of course. Completely missed that one. um, yeah, the next, and this is another very important thing that I think Canadians can do, is I know it's so easy to just like stare at the United States and the politics going on down there, because there's so much happening and it's all so horrific, and you just fall into a doom spiral watching it. But eyes off the States right now, eyes to the North. We have to be watching our own politics. This is a critical time for us. The things that are happening in Canadian politics will affect your life for the next 10 years or more. This is the time that you have to be watching Canadian politics. And about Canadian politics, also be very, very careful. Be very, very careful with where you're getting your news, because most of our papers and news organizations are owned by the United States. They are capable of giving us good news. There are good articles sometimes, but remember that sometimes you get a take about how badly we did in the crisis, and then you look at it and you're like, wait a second, an American wrote that. Why does this say it's from Toronto, you know? Yeah, so you got to look for Canadian news sources or non-American news sources for this. CBC, yeah, Joseph Savage just dropped in the chat, CBC, BBC, The Guardian, great stuff. You got to be very attentive to who owns the media you're watching, because all of the rich people in the United States have formed a big circle, and they're all working together right now, which means that we're going to be getting some American propaganda thrown at us. If you prefer your online content, your BBC and The Guardian don't always have the greatest reputation. It's true, but they're not actively... CBC is definitely the one that I advocate for the most here. And also pay attention, because this is like the one Canadian news source, the CBC. Pay attention to who's trying to defund it, who's trying to privatize it. It's Pierre Poilievre. He wants to defund or privatize the CBC, and it's going to end up getting sold to Americans, you know? So pay attention to who wants to get rid of the only Canadian news sources there are. If you prefer to get your news from like online commenters, I know that's a thing that is very popular these days. I'm not saying don't do it. I am going to recommend you a guy to follow who covers Canadian politics very well. He's very fun. He's called Steve Boots. I know co-host, if you're still in chat. You know Steve Boots. Would you be able to drop a link to Steve Boots' channel in the chat for everybody? Steve Boots is great. He's growing a lot recently because Canadian politics is a lot right now. So go check him out. Online commenters still need news sources, absolutely. So we not only need a free local press, but we also need honest commentators. It's a combined arms approach here. What else do I have to say here? In case in 30 days, if things go wrong and we end up with the tariffs actually slapped onto us, make sure you've got your things stocked up. And also try and meet your neighbors. It's very, very important. Nobody likes doing it, but it will help a lot. If you look up a chicken soup recipe from scratch that you can make and freeze instead of buying Campbell's soup, That's a big deal. So stock up on a bunch of chicken noodle soup for yourself that's homemade. And the reason that I'm recommending this is because you can make a bunch of these things, freeze them, put them in a little plastic container, label them chicken soup, and then you can go to your neighbors' houses and you can be like, knock, knock, tariffs are coming. I wanted to make sure everyone's stocked up. Here's some chicken soup. Now you know each other. Now they owe you a favor. It helps a lot. Community is so important in these difficult times. And I think that's basically everything I wanted to talk about here. Thank you all for listening. I hope it wasn't a dry little segment here. We'll get into our lovely Canadian-made video game in a second. Let's just catch up on chat here, see what you guys have to say about all this. Jordan asks, do I enjoy being a TTRPG YouTuber? Absolutely. I love it. It was what I started doing long before I found the video game angle, and I really enjoyed, after I found out that the video game angle was kind of the vacant throne, D&D video games, there was nobody covering them in a combined effort. After I found that out, it was such a joy to find ways to reintegrate the tabletop side of it into those videos. It was, I love it. I love tabletop in every way. I love tabletop history. I got into tabletop YouTube largely because I just felt like nobody was covering it in the way that I wanted them to. I wanted people to write essays and to talk about the medium and stuff like that. I didn't and I don't really want DM advice. So I am very happy to have kind of stepped into a role making the kind of D&D content that I want. Let's see. Let's go farther down. Rem is saying this is a wonderful thing to stumble into after a long Wednesday. As someone who works with warehouses in USA and has already been directly negative affected by Term 1 tariffs. Well, I'm very glad for your sake that we have delayed the tariffs. With luck, the trade war will stay a Cold War like this and no tariffs will actually be applied. But it'll be a long haul. We got through the first battle unscathed, but pressure might be on the next one. What else we got? Jason Locke, you're looking out for me. Thanks for keeping the moose swarms from invading Midwest America for so long. We appreciate it. We're happy to take those moose swarms off your hands there. Just keep sending those planes full of water up north during wildfire season because we need them. Let me tell you, we need them. What else we got? Strange men distributing bags of chicken soup is no basis for a system of organization. That's wrong. It's a great method of organization. See Steve 91, D&D, Pathfinder, or do I have another favorite? It depends. I was a real diehard Pathfinder guy for a long time because I very much like crunchy systems, but I have enjoyed the thing that I like about D&D is being that it's so popular, there's so much third-party support. Like if there's something you want in your game, someone has made it and they've made a really polished asset of it. And I love that. It's so addictive. But my favorite game that I play all the time, though, is Warhammer 40,000 role-playing, various editions of it. Imperium Maledictum is what I'm playing right now. I love it. I started with Dark Heresy. I've been playing Dark Heresy on and off for a decade. And Imperium Maledictum is the kind of unofficial sequel to it, and it's amazing. I love it. Can't recommend Imperium Maledictum enough. We've had so much fun. Have I looked at Mech Warrior? I haven't. There's literally a recipe for friendship soup. Someone says, yeah, make some friendship soup and bring it to your neighbors. Freeze it and tell your neighbors to freeze it and, pull it out if times get tough or if they're sick and they can't buy soup that's Canadian, It's a good deal. What else? Burger Krieg is pretty good. Yes, Burger Krieg is great. I haven't watched enough of his stuff, but what little I've watched has been really, really good. I tend to be a little careful about watching people who have kind of overlapping content with me because I never want to be biased or jaded by what they say. I want everything you guys hear from me to come from me when I can. Doesn't always work that way. You get sometimes by research, you got to hear other people's opinions, and it affects what comes out. If you're a U.S. citizen, consider buying auto parts and tech now before it goes up. Yes, and on both sides of the border, having a jerry can full of gas would be nice. You know, fill up your tank and make sure you got a spare can of gas. That would help you a lot. Victor Boulet says the fantasy one is solid too. Warhammer 40, or not Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Fantasy role playing. I've been playing that now. My friend group and I, we have been wanting to get back into a fantasy system, but we like the high lethality, crunchy combat of Imperium Maledictum. So we made a homebrew world and decided to run it with Warhammer Fantasy role-playing. And it's been a learning experience. We hated it for a couple weeks, but once the difficult part was over, we have started to really fall in love with it. There's a lot of fun to be had. What are some videos that I have coming up? Well, probably in about 3 to 5 days, I have my Dark Alliance video coming out. So that should be fun. It's the first time in a while. It's the first time in a while that I've really gotten into like the horrors that are the D&D video game license. There's not really a lore section. There's just more of that like insane batshit nuts corporate hierarchy and backstabbing. I love taking all that and putting it into a story. It's so much fun to me. It's like, it's boring to research, but once you've got the research done and you can like find a compelling way to tell the story, oh, it's great. It's so fun. Then next month, I'm going to be covering Treasures of the Savage Coast, which is like a really old gold box game. And the reason I want to cover it is it's like the first Western RPG with romanceable NPCs. Like, this is the game that started it all. So I want to make a review of that with also a companion video. I'm going to be doing like a double video about like the history of romanceable NPCs. I feel like that'd really pop off. It's a fun topic. Do I have any videos about the Vampire the Masquerade video game announced a while ago that has yet to show up? No, I think we're caught up on the World of Darkness games so far. I'll probably be doing Bloodlines for October this year. I know people have been asking for that for a long time. Yeah, Ryan Richardson, I thought about that like 2 days ago. I was like, damn it, I should have done this in the other order. I could have had the romanceable NPC video out for Valentine's Day. That would have been amazing. John asks, who is my favorite Canadian historical figure, living or dead? Terry Fox, hands down. If you guys don't know who Terry Fox was, he was a Canadian basketball player, not like major anything. He was like a college basketball player who ended up getting cancer. And he lost his leg. And rather than stay defeated and everything, he decided to start what he called the Marathon of Hope. And he started on one side of Canada, which, big country, second largest country in the world, and with his prosthetic leg, he started to run across the entire country to raise money for cancer research. Unfortunately, his cancer came back somewhere around like 2/3 of the way through the run. He was literally running like a marathon and a half every day on one leg. But yeah, his cancer came back, and unfortunately, he passed away before he could finish the run. But Terry Fox Day is now just huge in Canada, and it's like it's the runner day. People like it's the day that everyone like donates to cancer research and runs marathons and stuff. It's such a beautiful holiday. He's such a figure that inspires me. I've gotten into running a lot over the last like decade, on and off, you know. It's hard to stick to it, but having lost a lot of people to cancer and also having felt like running is such an important part of my mental health, just how could I not be inspired by that guy? Wallakin, you gotta go. Thank you for showing up. We really appreciated seeing you here. He made it shortly outside of Thunder Bay. The highway has a marking of where he stopped, and there's a Terry Fox monument outside the city. That's amazing. I'd love to visit it at some point. Well, I figure we should get into the game now. We've made it an hour and 20 minutes just chatting. So let's get into The Long Dark. This is my first time streaming on Twitch. I wonder, do I change anything now? I can change things halfway through, so let's just get rid of the hype rally thing and just say playing The Long Dark now. That's an updated stream. How about that? And yeah, let me get the game booted. Thank you all for this. I was a little nervous talking about politics, you know, on the internet. People can sometimes be a little crazy, but I think this is an issue that has united a lot of people, so I'm glad we could have a talk about it. And everyone stayed civil. No one yelled at me. That was unexpected. Oh, there's the icon for The Long Dark. You missed the politics, Red? Well, sorry to say, but the VOD will still be up on YouTube, so you can rewind and see it all then. I am going to heat up the kettle to get a second cup of tea ready. I'll be right back while the game is booting. Okay, I will return to that in a bit, and we will we'll have some tea, all of us. Why don't you guys make some tea as well? It's on me. Make yourself some tea. Yelling is for children. Your guess is the audience is 25 plus. That's actually true. I don't have a very young audience. My like average viewer is between like 25 to 35. So not a lot of like teenage incels here. Spahizzle, what's the good word? Canada's the good word. We are gaming now. We are gonna play a Canadian video game. I have never played this game before. Let me adjust some volume levels and stuff before I pull it up for you guys. Knock that down about to there. Cool. You're 45, freaking old. Everyone pointed that guy. Old. Nah, 45's not that old, really. It seems old when you're 20, but oh boy, I was wrong back then. Life's pretty long, actually. Everybody tells me how life is so short, but I feel like, you know, I feel like I wasted so much in my life, and it felt like I wasted my whole life. And then like I'm 30 now. I'm like 31 now. And I'm like, oh, I still have so much time. I didn't waste that much time, did I? You know, it's weird. Time is so strange. And all this stuff we say about how life is short, but there's so much of it. We are getting towards nighttime, so let me adjust my lighting situation here, get some of the stuff going. Do we like the color blue? Chat, what color should we go? What color should we make this light? It can change. Blue. Like the blue we've got right now? I've actually got two of these, so we can have two different colors going. Play in the dark to embrace the spirit of the game. Actually, you know what? Spirit of the game, it's a cold game, isn't it? So blue. And then we get a little highlight of orange somewhere, like a campfire. Let me see what I got. What can I use to pull that off? I've got a second one of these lights. I just have to figure out where it is. Could be anywhere. I use it as a decoration a lot. Spirit of the game, turn my heat off. That would work. Here, I don't know if you can see very well. We had a real snow day. Oh, right, I was finding that other light. It was already turned to orange. Let's go. That should work. I mean, it's in the middle of the floor, but, you know, when I'm sitting in front of it, I don't look like a slob. All right. And now the kettle's done, so let me fix that tea, and we are off to the races. Okay, I'm back. Are we ready to survive? So, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with this game. I myself am not super familiar with this game. I have never played it before today. Oh, actually, let me see if I can run this in windowed mode. It will make things a lot easier if I can run it in windowed mode. There's the one. Okay. Da-da-da-da. We are gaming now. We have desktop audio on. Okay. Oh, gotta get my chat back up there. Have to go back and forth between Twitch chat and YouTube chat. I'll fix that for next time I dual stream. It's been pretty smooth so far, though. I just gotta figure out how to make a integrated chat, and we're good. Any BattleTech TTRPG players out there? I didn't know there was such a thing. Oh, you're asking if there's one. I haven't heard of one, but I'm sure there must be. So this game here... Do I have it pulled up correctly? Yes, I do. Have to double check. I doubt myself. I always doubt myself. Yeah. What kind of tea? Just a little normie Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire tea with a little milk and sugar, the classic. You know, I lived in England for about 2 years, and the thing that I learned is that when it comes to tea, the British don't necessarily beat everyone else on quality. They beat them on quantity. And they just drink this from, like, sunrise to sunset. This is what all my, like, working class British roommates told me to drink. And, yeah, it's good stuff. It's hard to beat. So, this is The Long Dark. It is a survival game that, oh, you can see, Canadian flag right there. This is the Canadian hype stream. Let's go. It was made by a studio out of Vancouver. I don't know much about it. It is getting a sequel very soon. It's a survival game, which I don't play a lot of, but it's got a story mode that I think could be interesting. Well, difficulty. Most interested. Okay, we don't want that. Voyageur. We probably want the medium. For my survival experience, probably the medium. Veteran players. Oh. Okay, so Voyageur is the new or experienced looking for a balance. Voyageur, you guys say? Okay. Let's do it. Is this the story mode? Are we sure? Oh, wait, this is the survival mode. Oops. Wintermute, that's the one. Oh, it like reopens the application completely. All right, interesting. Episodes. Mackenzie and Dr. Greenwood are separated after their plane crashes deep in the northern Canadian wilderness. Struggling to survive, Mackenzie explores the small town of Milton, where he begins to understand the scope of this quiet apocalypse. Can do. Oh. Players with some experience, which I do not, but I'm no wimp. I'm not gonna play green. Don't call me green. Name story. I named this after my favorite person. Chat. owned this. Yeah, it's a good music so far. Also, I should double check. How's my audio balancing? Can you hear me okay over the game? It was played by a bunch of Let's Players back when it came out, but it didn't have this intro back then, though. We're surviving. Balancing's good? Excellent.
Astrid.
We got a thing in our hand. That's a problem. Ooh, yikes.
Astrid!
Yikes. Little fun fact for Americans out there, we all just like wake up with one of those things in our hand every morning. It's part of our culture. Cards.
The
Oh,
Joker.
our Joker
Sounds
moment.
about right. Feels like another record cold snap on the way. I'd better get a fire going before the pipes freeze up again.
A fire. I'm cold. Start a fire. J for information. Okay. Mackenzie. Now that's a Canadian name. Knew a lot of those. Am I looking for wood? Pass the time, I'm cold, start a fire. Ha! Actions? Knowledge about actions? Select? Journal. Okay, I assume this should be straightforward. I'm just looking for... Oh, okay, I can just take the firewood from here. Take it. Take it. Wood stove. Start a fire. Oh, and then I need tinder, starter, accelerant. Okay. That's some tinder. Take it. Cooking pot. I'll take it just to have it. Okay, what all do I need? Starter and an accelerant. The accelerant is optional. Okay, gotta find matches. A map.
Great Bear Island. Dad used to fly there all the time. He said it used to be beautiful. Not much reason to go there these days, since the quakes and all.
The quakes. Oh, so this is like an actual apocalypse. Matches. My phone. Start fire. Now we got the goods. Last time you played this was back in 2017. Sequel should be out soon. I didn't know about this game when it came out. I love that it's from a studio near me, though. That's always nice. Now I get to explore the hangar. We set a fire and now we're leaving the fire. I'm exploring.
Damn, I was right. Pipes froze up again.
Ooh. Very cold in here if the pipes are freezing indoors. And the man didn't have a fire? He was just playing cards in the cold?
Well, here we are, old girl. Your best flights may be behind you, but you're still beautiful to me. And anyways, you're all I've got. I'd sure love to give you one last great adventure.
Well then, let's do it. Exploring. Bedroom. Cardboard box. Ooh. And it becomes tinder. Yeah, I'm breaking that down. I'm breaking it down, chat. And take this. Let's heat up a little more. What's that eye? Is that sleep? I'm supposed to explore the hangar? Huh? No. There's another door.
Jackrabbit Remote Transport.
Aha.
0 flights a day to the mainland communities and, well, anywhere really. Getting pretty
Wow.
late in the day.
Bathroom.
Guess I could take a nap.
Wow. I'm tired. Take a nap. Good idea.
Who could that be?
A phone. To my desk. Ooh, that was high pitched.
Jackrabbit Remote Transport. Mackenzie
I
speaking.
told her not to.
We're
come
still
up.
in
I
business?
told her you couldn't fly in this weather. For once, will you not be so damn
Whoa.
stubborn and
Whoa,
listen?
slow down, Maureen. What are you talking about?
She just showed up. Said you'd see her. I said you'd fly her north. I know you need the money. The weather service.
It's okay, Maureen. I've got it from here.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, we're ready for business. We're a business survivor.
Hello, Will.
Is
What are you doing here?
It's been a while, I know.
Yeah. Years.
is that?
I haven't heard from you since.
I know. And I wouldn't be here if it weren't important.
Guys, it's Jennifer fucking Hale.
What brings you? I mean,
She follows
Are
us,
you
chat.
No, not me. But I need to get to someone who is.
right. So you're still a doctor.
Yes, I'm still a doctor.
I thought that after. Why are you here?
I need your help. There's an isolated community in the northern part of Great Bear. Someone there is very sick.
Great
and-
Bear. There's nothing there anymore. Not since.
I know. But I have to get there.
Still trying to save the world, huh?
Somebody has to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Mackenzie, Will, I didn't come here to
This is
fight
very
about the
immersive.
past. I need a pilot to take me somewhere remote. Someone who won't ask too many questions. Someone I can trust.
Wait. Questions. Astrid, are you in trouble?
Are you gonna help me or not?
What's in the case?
See, there's that thing about no questions, remember?
What's in the case, Astrid?
No questions.
Look,
I trust
the
her.
weather out there is bad. Bad. When it's getting worse. You walk in here after years. I could have been dead. You could have been. And then you show up and you want me to just risk my life flying into the middle of the great northern nowhere to deliver you in some mystery
What's in the
metal
box? It
cave
doesn't
to
matter. I
some
trust her. It's
remote
Jennifer Hale,
wilderness
and she's
outpost.
calling me by my
All
real
because you
name.
walked in here and asked me
They
to.
made this game for me.
Yes,
Astrid, you can't bring him back.
this isn't about that.
I know how hard it's been.
No. You don't know, Mackenzie. You don't know anything.
You don't think I feel it too?
Are you gonna take me or not? The longer I wait, the worse it'll get. Damn it. I don't have time for this.
Wait. The worse what we'll get? Why do I have a feeling you're not talking about the weather?
Because I'm not.
Throw your bags in the plane.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
get started
trusting
on
her.
pre-flight. Better buckle up tight, because it's gonna be a rough ride.
I was
Let's see.
asked.
2 people plus enough fuel to get us out to Great Bear and back leaves... almost no capacity for cargo. If we're too heavy, we'll burn through our fuel before we get there. I'll have to be careful about what else I take with me.
Ooh, I have to choose what I'm taking for extra stuff. How much room do I have? What are my options for extra cargo? So that's her stuff.
The mysterious case. Astrid definitely doesn't want to talk about what's inside. Astrid's traveling pretty light. Wherever she's going, she must not be planning to stay long.
I can only carry the 30 kilograms. What else can I bring? Extra cargo. I have to choose. Yeah, he said about, not a boot. None of you believe it's real anymore. Can I bring a hot plate?
Cheap electric crap. Never works when you need it.
Let's take some tea, some herbal tea. I don't know what extra cargo it's offering me. Kind of seems pretty sparse out here. I'll bring my phone, I guess. No, I can't bring my phone. I'm just going to leave my cell phone on the desk. This is a pro gamer move. We're leaving our cell phone. Remember, if you're going out to a remote place, do not bring your phone. Especially if no one knows you're going. There must be something I'm supposed to bring. A photo.
Those were
It's
better
her.
days.
It's her. It's not really giving me any choice of extra cargo. In fairness, they probably wouldn't have cell towers, I know, but you know, I wouldn't feel right going off to an unknown place without it. Ah, okay, this is my extra stuff. Okay. Obviously, I want a warm
I
jacket.
don't remember needing my parka this early in the season.
Yes, you do.
It
Need
seems
it.
to get colder every year.
Take it. Can I not take it? Oh. Emergency food.
Water, energy bars, purification tablets.
Yep,
Breakfast of champions.
taking it. First aid.
Astrid's a doctor, so we're covered there. But probably best to have some extra meds just in case.
Taking it. A distress pistol.
Pistol kit is heavy, but I'd hate to end up in an emergency situation without it.
Taking it. Why can I not take my jacket? Yeah, he's doing a social media detox on this journey. Okay, well, I feel a bit sad that I can't pick up my own goddamn jacket, but, you know, I'll be fine. Oh, okay. Got it. What? How do I... There we go. Oh, there's only 15 kilograms that I can put in there. Okay. 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 I'll put Astrid stuff in there. I don't need it. Why would I need this?
Just need to grab my parka and we can go.
Okay, now we're grabbing the parka. Got it.
I see you're still wearing it.
Wearing what?
Your ring.
Oh.
Our ring.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I just forgot to take it off.
How immersive.
I wear mine too.
Why?
Memories, I guess.
I thought you wanted to forget.
Not all of it.
Look. I should have looked for you.
kept busy. I've moved on.
You sure? Because this all seems pretty familiar. You still working with that researcher? Dr. What's his name?
No. No, I'm not working at the center anymore.
Well, then
Check
where?
up on Twitch chat in a second because I haven't
I'm
given
working
them
on my
attention. Gotta wait till this cutscene's
Freelance,
over.
you could say.
Freelance doctor. That sounds legit.
I don't
They could be
question your
doing
life
anything in
choices,
Twitch
Mackenzie.
chat and I wouldn't know.
Plenty of things you could be doing besides hanging out in your dad's old plane and drinking in the daytime.
Hey, we had a lot of good times in this plane. And it's under control.
I know, okay? I'm not here to fight, really.
I think about him all the time, you know?
I know you do.
What I did. The choice I made. I did it for us.
You don't have to. Let's just not...
It's important that you hear this. There's things I need to
Mackenzie,
say.
not now. There's...
Just let me tell you.
Will, shut up for a second. Something's wrong.
Ooh.
That is not good.
What's going on?
Power's gone. Whole electrical system looks fried.
Shit! What's happening?
No power means we're going down. Hold tight.
This game's beautiful.
Will?
Astrid.
Ah, here we are. Again, Canadians just have that. It's vestigial.
Astrid!
We just have that stuff in our hand. I got mine removed, but you know.
I must have gone right through the windshield.
Ooh, that's
Trees
a
broke
fall.
my fall. Oh, mostly.
That is a fall. Jeez. Okay. I have to check on Twitch chat now. I don't trust them. They could be doing anything right now. Twitch chat. Okay, Twitch chat's fine. I should never have doubted you guys. Okay, back to it. Oh, I gotta fix something now. There
Gotta
we
stop
go.
that bleeding.
Gotta stop my bleeding. I'm breaking down this kit. We're breaking it down. Where's my medical supplies? I had them somewhere.
Damn.
Oh wait, I had them in my pocket. I no longer have it in my pocket. I do have to find the first aid kit. Gotta find it. Ooh. Where's the first aid? Give it to me. Breaking it down even more. It's on point that my viewers get deeply lost into TTRPG discussion.
Need some first
It's
aid.
great. I know. I don't. Where is the first aid? Cardboard box. Well, that's some tinder at least. Yeah, I'm glad that my viewers, especially my harder core guys who show up for streams and stuff. I'm trying. I can't find the damn thing. Where's the kit? No, I've already checked there. Oh, definitely gonna die. Where's the kit? Am I certain it's not in here? It was in here. Okay, it was already in my pocket. Oh, I got multiples. Wait, I got some pain. I got some pain again. I got a sprained wrist, a sprained ankle, but we gotta fix the blood loss. That's the number one. That's a big deal. Okay, we're safe. I kind of need to make my own first aid. Yeah, I see that. Restore my condition by resting. Why can't I just do some like Skyrim, eat a dozen apples, and I'm okay? Oh, I'm still losing. Where can I rest? In here? Looks like a good resting spot. Bandage wound and warm the cave. I'd build a campfire. Really sets you off in a good spot here. Actions. Select. Fire. Use the campfire option in the radial menu. Which I think was, what, space? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna survive now. And we're gonna do that. That's, yeah, we're starting our fire. We're gonna be warm.
Come on.
Starting to fire. Warming up.
I don't feel so good.
Okay.
I need...
Sleep time.
Rest up. Astrid hasn't come looking for me. Which means she can't come looking for me. Because she's hurt. Or worse.
We must save Jennifer Hale.
I'd better get back up to the crash site.
Our Hex girl needs us. Okay, now we gotta climb out of the ravine. Breaking down many things. Wait, what is this? I just saw something about calories. Ooh, this is a hardcore survival game. I'm ravenous. Let's eat. Or rather, let's drink. Okay. We have drank. We're good. Oh no, we're very cold though. We're like super cold. I should warm up before I go anywhere. Should start another fire. Yeah, I gotta start another fire before I go anywhere. Must stay warm.
Come on. Come on. Turned out pretty well.
Okay. Warming up. Warming up before we go anywhere. Can't stay too long, though. We are so hungry. Oh, God, it's going to take so long. Can I, like, wait? Is there a button to wait faster? Light sources, first aid, journal. Journal? Places. Things. Things? Actions. Mm-hmm. I don't have low hunger, thirst, fatigue. Okay. Check it option. Fire. An active fire can be... Okay, yeah. I get it. I get it. There must be a way that I don't just have to sit here and look at the fire for like 10 minutes to warm up. Right? Like, surely there's a wait button. It's got 15 more minutes of fire in it. I'll simply light myself on fire to be very warm. I'm standing. Oh, ah. Okay, that was a mistake. Now I'm also burned. I'm also burned. I've paid for my hubris.
Feels like it's still burning.
Okay. Sleeping? No sleeping. Not anymore. Oops! Why? I'm just stumbling randomly now. Well, I'm plenty warm now. Let's go on an adventure. We have learned some lessons. Oh, okay, okay. No stand. Oh, no stumbling. Walking very straight. Walking very straight. Okay, all right.
That hurts so much.
We have messed up a lot already. Okay. Apparently we should not stand on fire. Okay. I don't think this is gonna end well, you guys. Okay, okay. Yeah, I can do it. I can climb this. No, I cannot.
I'm gonna need some first aid.
Oh, shit. No, no, back up from that. I don't really have anything to help. Okay. This is bad. This is bad. Okay. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. That could have gone better. That could have gone better. We're trying again.
The pain.
Are they... What? Okay, last actual checkpoint.
I don't feel so good. I need to rest up.
Okay. Yeah, we still haven't done our stuff yet in this, so... Or have I? Wait, have I? I don't know exactly where they put us. I don't fully know. Cardboard box. Breaking it down. Oh.
This'll come in handy.
Fire log. Hell yeah. Now we're in business. Cloth. Can I bandage more of myself? I need... Uh-huh. Cloth. Harvest. What? Yeah? Yeah, oh, we're gaming. We're kicking some real butt now. What am I saying? Recovery time. Use this bandage on my foot. I'm gonna use this bandage on my hand. Okay, look at us go. But I bandaged myself. It still takes some time. Okay. Okay, was I too slow? Is that what was happening? Is that the problem? Too slow? What? Campfire. Oh god. I was too slow. I'm probably gonna die here again. We go even faster next time. We speedrun it.
Come on.
We might be okay. Good.
Thank
It's
goodness
going.
for that.
No, come on. Stay. Sleep. No, get in the bed. Sleep. You fool. Sleep. That's because I was pressing the wrong button, you see. Like a fool.
Astrid hasn't come looking for me.
Oh my god, we are
Which means she
so
can't
cold
come
right
looking
now.
for
What?
me. Because she's hurt. Or worse.
Why are we so much worse off this time? We're not...
I'd better get back up to the crash site.
Oh god. We are not gonna make it. We are not gonna make it, you guys. Chat, we are cooked. I don't need to ask chat. I just know we're cooked. Okay, come on. Come on, you can do this, buddy. You can do it. No. We are so cooked. It's over. It's Jover. I'm not moving. I'm frozen. Yep. Yep. That's it. Oh, yeah. Falling down the cliff again. All right, we're going to try again, and we're going to do a little better next time. We're going to be faster. I'm playing the long dark. I'm always going to be cooked. That makes sense. Last checkpoint versus the autosave. That checkpoint.
I don't feel so good.
Okay. Speed run. Speed run, there's no time. We can't worry about anything. There's no time. There's no time. There's no time. We're having a breakdown. There's no time. I don't have time to say ouch. There isn't time for that. No time. Sorry, friends. No time. Breaking stuff down. Need to find cloth. Finding cloth. Was there cloth over here? Yep, cloth right there. Okay. Actions. Turning that into bandages. Okay. We're cooked. We're cooked. We're cooked. Why am I not bleeding anymore? Why am I not bleeding in this playthrough? I was bleeding the first time. Okay, going to set the fire. Where's that damn cave? Cave? Oh no, we're stumbling. We're stumbling again, boys. I felt like I had so much more time the first time. Do I want to be bleeding? No, I don't, really. Oh, God. This is a much harder game than I expected. Expected to at least let us get started, you know? Yeah, it's a dry cold.
Come on.
Okay, we're
It
here.
worked.
Can I add a bunch of fuel so that I won't wake up freezing this time? Adding fuel. Adding fuel. Fuel. Adding a bunch of this so it'll burn for 8 hours this time. Okay, I'm learning. We're learning, boys. Just gonna enjoy the heat for a bit. We're gonna wake up warm this time. Waking up warm.
Astrid hasn't come looking for me. Which means she can't come looking for me.
We're certainly not waking up in good shape,
Because she's
but
hurt.
at least we're waking up warm.
Or worse. I'd better get back up to the crash site.
Oh, this is bad. I still can't do anything. Okay. I really don't want to fall off a cliff, but I don't think I have a lot of control here. Okay. Climbing. Climbing. No, yeah. Nope. 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 No. Oh. Ooh. 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 No! Oh, no.
Feels so good.
We were so close. Oh, wait. We're still alive. That means another try. Another day, another dollar. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Yep. We're done. We're done, Ski. Really cooked from minute one.
I don't feel so good.
Wait, there was a cloth right there. Oh, and we spent 10 minutes harvesting it. Okay, that makes sense. So in that case, this time we're using right foot. Using left hand. Okay, we got this. We're gonna break down less objects this time. It'll take 9 minutes to break that box down. Screw that. No thanks. I'm good. 12 minutes for 2 reclaimed wood? Nah, I'm not breaking anything down. I'm not breaking anything down. I've learned my lesson. We're slowly learning mechanics. A stick! Another stick. Newsprint. Sticks. I'm figuring it out. There's another cloth here. I'm not breaking that down right now. Gotta get all the logs we can so that we can have a nice warm morning. We absolutely cannot let ourselves freeze to death in the night. A book, newsprint, stick, cloth. All right, back to shelter. We must warm up as quickly as we can. We got this. Yeah, that's why I was dying, was because I was breaking down all those damn boxes. Breaking down boxes while I was bleeding out. Also, just so you guys know, this is my everyday. While you guys, like every time I'm not making videos, this is what my day looks
Fire's
like.
life out here.
Fire is life out here. Adding some fuel. Add that, add that. Add this, add that. Some of that, some of that, some of that, some of that. Stick. Now we can sleep and not be, like, terrified.
Astrid hasn't come looking for me. Which means she can't come looking for me.
Okay.
Because she's hurt.
Drink this.
Or worse.
We gain a couple calories.
Better get back up to the crash site.
We are not actively losing anything right now. I don't have many calories, so I can't be breaking down boxes right now. This was a real learning experience getting out of this ravine alive, though.
I could probably climb that.
Food. I am so hungry. I mean, not me. I don't get hungry. Not me. But this guy, other William. Yeah, this is an accurate Canadian YouTuber life sim. Eat. Eat the rose hips. The fruit of a wild rose bush can be used to make a tea that manages pain. Please tell me I got more than like one. I have to make a pain-killing tea. I can't just eat them. All right, let's craft. Prepared rose hips. I need a lot of them. Okay. Yeah, this is how your grandpa got to school. You're right. More rose hips. We're in business, boys. God, the rose has been so hip lately. Prepared rose hips. Can I turn it into food? It has to be tea? Well, that's unfortunate.
Eat anything right about now.
Okay, so I've got prepared rose hips. Can I eat them? No. Okay, so I can boil. Not that. Gotta get some snow with my can here. I gotta boil this, maybe? Oof. I want to get out of the ravine first.
I think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, you're gonna make it. I can't climb down. The only way is up. There were ways I could have gone, but we're going up instead.
Finally made it.
What? No! That's not what I wanted. I wanted the rose hips. Now we gotta climb up again. There's rose hips in your tea. Sweet. Got more plane crash. Quite a lot of planes snapped while we were going here. Rocks? No. No rocks. Oh, that's because that's where the plane is.
My plane. Not sure which of us looks worse.
Me.
Girl.
Definitely
This isn't how
me.
things were supposed to end.
Cloth. Oh, we weren't
I've been
wearing our
looking for
jacket.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, we need that. We're putting that right on. Oh, we already did. Good. Good.
Thank goodness.
I'm saving that.
Astrid's pack.
Search the backpack. What's it got? A granola bar. Mittens. Antibiotics. What's in the hard case? Drinking tea and dying? Yes.
Locked. Whatever's in this case, Astrid was ready to die for it. I hope she hasn't already died for it.
She'll be fine. She's Jennifer Hale. She can survive. Energy bars. Water purification.
I'll be hungry later.
I think I can spare some calories to break this down for Tinder. It is time to eat one thing.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
We're not there yet. Oh man, it counts your calories too. A flare! I'm taking that flare. What else we got? Lots of reclaimed wood. Oh, are we thirsty still? Yeah, real thirsty. Let's have some. How much is left? A bit. Yeah, okay. We bought other stuff. We brought other stuff. Where is it? Oh, I can't mess around here forever. I don't have time to be here forever. I'm gonna freeze to death. I want to find my flare gun, or my, like, pistol. Oh, did the pistol not come with me because I didn't load it? Okay. It had to be right. Oh, wait, cancel. I don't need
She
that.
definitely passed through here. And in a hurry.
She passed on this single polygon that speared her. The dreaded polygon. I had to find a place to warm up soon. It's cold out here. It's real cold. I'll find myself a cave. It looks like it's in a cave-wardly direction. Cave.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Ooh. I can throw rocks. Big enough to stun a small animal. Cool. We'll find some bunnies. Ooh. Ooh, I wonder what the drop-off on the aim is here. Oh, we got one! No! We weren't fast enough. I'm getting distracted, though. I gotta deal with this cold. That's way more urgent than the rabbits. Need shelter.
Astrid. Where did you go?
I need shelter.
Oh, is that a wolf?
A wolf.
I better keep my distance.
Okay. God, where do I go to? Old Crow Gaming. Welcome, Old Crow Gaming. Okay. Ooh, my contacts are starting to bug me. It's getting late in the day here. All right, we're just going to build it in the middle of nowhere. Why? Because we're very cold. Love the videos. You've been here since Strahd's Possession. Well, we're glad to have you. It's that was kind of the game that really started a lot of things here. Oh wait, there's a little what is that?
Someone's been here recently.
Yeah.
Could it have been Astrid?
Okay. Had to add a little fuel to the fire. An hour and 30. Now, can I... Water. Recycled can. Okay, my heat is going up. Antibiotics, don't need it. Use it. Huh? Huh? Did we do it? Did we do something? We did not do anything. How do I get snow into it? Huh. Well, I need to figure out how exactly I get water into this can, or snow into this can. Can I like... Okay, wait. Journal? No. First aid, campcraft, navigation, weapons, food, drink? No. I kill a rabbit. Got it. Okay. Got the rabbit. We got you, buddy. Sorry. Don't look, chat. I'm cooking him. We're preparing Rose hips. Oh. 13 minutes till ready. Okay. Now how do I cook the... How do I cook my rabbit? Oh, I gotta prep it. Nothing to harvest. What do you mean? Oh, like that. How many calories have I got? A lot. Not like a lot.
Of course.
Oh, and that's how I pass time. I craft by the fire. Oh, add fuels. Add some fuel. Oh, my food is burned. Okay, I'm getting the hang of this. I'm figuring it out. I need to prepare a little more rose hip. I'm going to prepare it. Yes, this is The Long Dark. It is a Canadian game from Vancouver. Can I do something that won't take very long? Cook fresh rabbit. 38 minutes. Cool. I'm cooking. Oh, no cooking slots. Is it real-time minutes? The first video Shadow Axon saw was Menzo Baranzan. Your girlfriend and I like to send a gif of the wizard holding the Ruby of Lolth back and forth as a joke. Yes. Oh, I don't think I got too much game in me tonight. My contact is really getting to me. But I'm gonna give it a go. Give it the old college try. Let me have my rose hips. My boy's getting hungry. We're drinking it. And that's some calories right there. Cook some more fresh rabbit. This one's 4 minutes to ready. What? Oh, because that one's a lot smaller. Cooked. Eating it. Delicious, tasty rabbit. Not many calories in that one, though. I craft something. That'll be like 10 minutes. Anything? Anything? Crafting? Anyone? A little crafting? Huh? And the rabbit is ready. Ooh, tasty rabbit. Not many calories in that, though. Kind of a waste of time, but, is that a cave? No, it's not a cave. Your doctor prescribed you some menzoberranzin. I still cannot say that thing correctly. I cannot say that name correctly. You are not telling me I took damage from that. I was just walking. Going around the wolf. Okay. We're gaming. What a productive day. We went like 3 feet.
Whoa. Looks like some kind of radio tower.
A radio tower.
Must be closer to civilization than I thought.
We must be closer to civilization than we thought. That's not a thing. Don't need sleep for a while. A cedar limb. Don't have a hatchet. Got any more small rocks? Yeah, I do. Not too many, though. What was this? Ooh. I can eat them. And I get some tinder out of that. That's a deal. That's a great thing. You guys hear about this? Cattails? You can just eat them? This is big. This is big, you guys. Could just eat cattails. Alright, I'm gonna get that damn rabbit. I'm gonna get him. Come on. No, I'm getting you. That rabbit. I'm getting you. That did not work. I want to get him. I want to get that rabbit with the rock. Okay. Oh, that definitely hit him. Hold still. Okay. Can eat the rabbit. No. Ah. Breaking this down. It'll be a little time. I need lots of fire supplies. Oh my god, what is this? There's a sign. It's a sign, boys. Radio tower, that way. What's all this then? Huh? What's this? A cave? It's a cave, isn't it? Well, good to know. New location. Cave. Got a lump of coal. Cool. Well, I know this cave is here. I don't urgently need it. Yeah, I guess it's good to know that you can eat cattails. Oh, the heads explode when you bite them? It's a forbidden hot dog. Come on. Oh, come on. Ugh. I'm spoiled by having a crosshair in other games. I'm realizing that now. Don't these rocks have iron sights? Jeffska, I have been well. Thank you for asking. I've been doing my best. Okay, a radio tower. What is this? What have I just seen here? Is that someone frozen to death?
Someone's just sitting here. Frozen.
Huh.
What the hell?
That's not ideal. But they have painkillers. Sure hope it helped. A scenic view. Ooh.
Great. A town. Maybe I can find help there.
Ooh. A whole town. Okay, so what I think is I'm going to get myself set up real nice in this cave here, and then we're going to end the stream. Because my contact is declaring rebellion against the rest of my face. It has decided that it wants to be its own independent nation. Okay, we're building a fire. A fire. Okay, yeah. Regular old fire. Most parts of the cattail plant are edible, but some parts depend on the time of the year. Courtesy of the Farmer's Almanac. That makes sense. Good survival tip. Know your cattails. You can eat them. It's better than dying. Add some of that. We're going to sleep here for the night. Ooh. Ooh, it's burning real good now. Oh, we don't have a lot of fuel here. Might not have a whole night worth of firewood. Might have to go back out. Oh, but we do have some coal. Another lump of coal will do this. Add fuel. Add fuel. Now we got 8 hours. Campcraft. How do I build a bed? 15 sticks and 5 cloth. Yeah, swipe right on the fire. It is hot. I guess he doesn't need a lot of sleep right now. He's okay. Let's maybe. No, we don't have enough rose hips to make any more tea. Well, we're struggling a bit with food. So let's eat this. That gives us a fair bit to work with. And we are safe in our cave. So we're going to end the stream here. It's chat. We're overwriting that. The game is called Chat. Because I love you guys. This is where we'll end this. Any plans for tomorrow? Tomorrow, I gotta hit the grind hard to get that Dark Alliance video out. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Next time, I will have the chat integrated so that I can get Twitch chat integrated a little bit better within within this. Yeah, I hope I hope the content earlier, the little chat about the tariffs and stuff was a helpful discussion for you guys to figure out how to move forward and to stay together as a nation. So yeah, thank you. I will see you guys next time. Have a great night.